Good morning guys and welcome back. Apologies, it's been a little while since I've done something. It's been a bit of a busy couple of weeks, work and holiday, and yeah, the weather's been actually alright in England. But today I am out test riding the brand new Ducati desertx and it is spectacular. So let's get on and see how we get on. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the little bell button to be reminded for the next video. Well, we are back in business. It's been a bit of a while. So yeah, the Ducati desertx, and it is a very nice looking bike. It looks mean, it looks aggressive, looks off-road heavy, and it's Italian. So this is Ducati, I believe, somebody may tell me I'm wrong, but I think this is their first big push into off-road, and it's going up against some pretty heavy hitters in that sort of off-road focused adventure bike. Most known being the Yamaha Tenere 700, which is a wicked looking bike. I'm yet to ride one of them, and I would love to go and ride one, but the guys at Ducati Nottingham have very kindly let me take this out for an hour or so. This has got a couple extras over the standard. Eurotech have put quite a few extra bits on this. That quad lock bracket is theirs. You've got some extra handguards which are not standard, and then the engine guard, and I think he said the tail tidy was not standard, but other than that, bog standard out the showroom, and it will cost you a cool 14 grand. They were just in the showroom, they were just specking one up. They were doing a bit on the ramp. A guy had ordered one and is having an all new system put on it and all sorts, and I sort of joked and said, oh, that bloke's got some money. He said, yeah, he's ordered a Pike Peaks as well. I thought, shit me, alright for some, one day. Imagine walking into a dealership and ordering 2 brand new bikes. Ooh. We'll get there one day. So yeah, this bike comes packed full of kit. You have 6 different riding modes. You've got a whole plethora of data on the screen. You've got a nice 5-inch TFT display, suspension dampening, you've got cruise control, you've got heated grip button, but you don't quite have the heated grips, you've got to add them on. But you've got everything there, and I think having cruise on a bike like this is a great little extra. The position is lovely. It feels quite narrow. It feels like a really nice narrow bike, very motocross-esque, not too big. The seat height is lovely, it's 875 mil, 87.5 centimeters for those who need to work it out, which is pretty much bang on the same as the Tenere 700. Because I think if you're looking for a bike like this, a more off-road focused adventure bike, then they're probably the only 2 really that you're looking at. Now there is a big difference in price though. One's 10 grand and one's 14 grand. But you do get quite a bit for your extra 4 grand. And the one thing that I do think the Tenere lets itself down on is the display looks. I'm saying looks because I've not ridden it yet. I'm not entirely too sure. It's just an LCD screen. And you know, when you're spending a lot of money on a bike, there's a few bits that just make it that bit nicer. Having a nice fancy dash and different riding modes and giving you all this data. I mean, this has even got a bloody stop clock. If you are doing a rally and you want to test your times and make sure that you're on track, it's got a stop clock built in. And it also has cruise, and it's something that with the Tenere, if you're looking for a pretty much a 100% off-road bike and maybe something to get you to the trails, then that's fantastic if you don't mind missing out on the comforts of road riding. But if you do want something that can absolutely demolish trails and off-road, but you know, you might be going a bit further to get to the trails, you might still enjoy a bit of road riding, this has got the extra bits to do that. And as I say that, I shall put it in cruise control. So at the minute we're in touring, actually let's go into sport. Kind of like a motocross style. But it's basically a big old motocross bike with a 970 odd cc engine, 110 brake horsepower, that you can do anything on, but it costs you a bit. That quick shifter on the Ducati is the nicest quick shifter I have ever used. It's not clunky, it's not like you're fighting with it, it doesn't miss in your rev shitloads, it's just smooth and incredibly efficient. And so far, this is lovely. Now I'm not going to take it proper off-roading because it's not my bike. And I wouldn't want to do that. What we're in, we're still in sport. We'll have a little, have a bounce. We'll have a bounce. It's so smooth. It's such a nice engine, this. Oh, it's lovely. Now I don't know. It may be the case that this is the same engine that's in the V2S. Like I mentioned before, I'm not a bike nerd. I don't know everything about every bike. What I know is what I read online and have a look in the brochure. I just love bikes. So it may well be the same engine. And if you haven't done it, check out this video up there where I test rode the Multistrada V2S. It's a lovely bike, really nice. Oh my goodness, they've done it. They have done it. If you did check out my Multistrada video, you'll notice what I mentioned about the cruise control and the roll-off. It drove me absolutely insane, because every bike I've ever ridden with cruise control had the little roll-off, and this has the little roll-off. You beauty. I wonder what standing's like. Oh, it's a lovely position to stand. Because it's very thin in the waist, you can really grip your knees nicely. And it doesn't feel like you're riding like that. You're just nice and tucked in. All sorts of modes. Let's have a look at the modes we've got. Sport, urban, touring, wet, enduro, rally. Shit me, there's a lot. And each of these you see down the bottom, so you've got your throttle response, you got your wheelie control, you got your traction control, you got your quick shifter on or off, you got ABS, you got engine braking. So each of these have all different configurations. So what we got here, we've got full throttle, low anti-wheelie, mid traction control, quick shifter on, low to mid ABS, and low engine braking. Let's have a look at rally. I love how it's changed the look of the display. And you've even got like a road book setup. That is clever. That is very clever. So I don't know what the crack is, but I guess you could input your road book stuff or whatever. I don't really know, but you've got some sort of navigation thing here. 144 miles to fuel. There's a lot of information there in a little screen, and I love that. It is a smart bike. You could definitely ride this as just your weekend bike to go for a little cruise. I'd say that this, if you like me, I've got my 890 Adventure R, which is off-road driven, but it's very good on road. It's quite big. I love it, absolutely love it. Now, I think if you were looking for more off-road focused, then something like this would be ideal. We're not going too heavy. It's not my bike. Don't want to scratch it. Don't want to drop it. But the standing position is absolutely lovely. Hey up! Where you going, kids? I wouldn't be surprised if Ducati haven't got something lined up for the Dakar next year. Ducati Dakar. Where are you off? That's it. Indicate them. See you in a bit. Feels so good. It's not too heavy at all. It's nicely balanced. It can handle a hell of a lot more than I can throw at it, that's for sure. My favourite bike that I've ridden is it has to be that Africa Twin, and if you haven't looked at that, check out the video here. It is possibly the nicest bike I've ever ridden, but it's a different kettle of fish to this, so you can't quite compare a big adventure bike with a mid-size under 1000cc off-road focused bike. It'd be very interesting to see how these handle neck and neck against the Tenere 700. I certainly couldn't put them through its paces. It does have self-cancelling. Lovely. Also get quite a lot of wind protection from this visor. It goes up really quite sharp. It's kind of like I think they're called Aura Rally Towers that you can get on the KTMs or all sorts of bikes, and I think it looks mega, and it does a bloody good job. You can fit a lot of things behind there. You get your phone, you can get your nav, you can get all sorts, a lot of space. But I tell you what, with a set of road tyres and with a bit more confidence, I don't quite have that confidence, I bet you can absolutely pin it round some corners. I'm not a good enough rider. Slash scared. What on earth are we doing here, kids? Oh, I'm going round, sorry mate. Don't know what they're gonna do, but it's such a nice bike. The engine is so smooth and punchy. I kind of expected it to be a bit blippy. I don't know why, but I did. But it's amazing. So you really can still whip it around a bit. You don't just have to go off-road with it, but it's pretty built for that. Still, because it's light and the centre of gravity is low, although it feels it's a tall bike, you can really enjoy yourself on it. I reckon this absolutely annihilates off-road. Unfortunately, that is where the GoPro decided to pack in. But the long and short of it is that the new Ducati desertx is an incredible bike. If you're looking for an off-road focused, pretty heavy off-road focused bike that's packed full of tech, got all the latest gizmos, got all the riding modes, looks incredible, and I think what Ducati have done for their first step in this sector is amazing. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely go and give the Ducati desertx a go. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that little button, and I'll see you next time.